We're going to create our first sweep. In order to do this, we need to have a path sketch in order to show us how our geometry is going to move. And then we also need a closed profile that sets the cross section of our shape. So let's start with a really simple shape. First thing we need to do is create a path. So we need to make a sketch. So I'll create a new sketch. It asks me to select a sketch plane. I'll choose the top plane. You can right click in the white space, select view to normal. So now we're looking normal at our plane. So let's make a simple sketch. First select the line tool, starting at the origin. We'll click once and then move vertically up. Click one more time. And now I'll just hit the escape button in order to get rid of our line tool. Next, we're going to create an arc. Now, I haven't showed this to you, but there's different ways to create an arc. This one, I'm going to choose the tangent arc. So I'll take my first click at the end of this line, and now I can make an arc that's tangent to that first line. So let's bring it about here. Now I can hit the escape button to get rid of my arc tool, and let's go back to our line tool and make one more line. So at the end of our arc, let's click once, and then we can bring it around. And if you hover really closely, you can get it to be tangent to the arc that we currently did. But I'll just go ahead and draw it out at an angle. Go ahead and hit the escape button to get rid of our line. Now I want my arc and my second line to be tangent, so I'll select both of them. From the drop-down menu, I will pick tangent. And now this second line is tangent to our arc. Let's put some dimensions on our drawing. You can select the dimension tool. We'll first dimension the length of our first line. We'll set that to be 65 millimeters. Next, we'll set the radius of our arc to be 30 millimeters. And finally, the length of our second line, I'll pick 80 millimeters. If you hit the escape button, then you can see we can get rid of the dimension tool. Now we're still not yet fully dimensioned, and if I click and drag, if I click and hold and drag on this point, the line can still move, and this line is blue, so we need one more dimension. So if I press on the dimension tool, let me click both of these lines that are not parallel to each other, and it'll ask me what angle I want to do. So I'll just pick 55 degrees. Now I just randomly chose these numbers. They don't really have a lot of meaning, but they're good for this example. So we are now finished with our sketch, and we haven't really created much of anything, just an open sketch, a couple lines, but that'll be useful for our sweep command. Let's go back over and go to our isometric view or trimetric view. You can see that we just have a path that we've created. Next, I want to choose what type of shape are we going to move along this path, and the easiest one, let's just pick a circle. So I need another sketch, and this sketch needs to intersect with the path that I already drew. Now it's easy because I started my path at the origin. So I know that my path intersects exactly at the origin, so I'm going to draw the cross section, the shape of my sweep also at the origin. So we need to create a second sketch, and it's going to ask me what plane am I going to sketch on, and I'm going to choose the front plane. And we'll pick the circle tool. Now I'm still in isometric mode. I just kind of want to show you that if you hover over the origin and we draw our circle, then we draw on a circle that intersects with our path. You can press the escape button to get rid of our circle tool, and if you want, you can right click and view normal to see that yes, we do have a circle, but sometimes it's hard in this orientation to view where the path is that I'm intersecting. So that's why sometimes I like to stay in the trimetric or isometric view. Let's give this circle a dimension. You can push the D button for dimension, or you can simply click the dimension tool. Let's give it a dimension of 25 millimeters. Now we're finished. So we have one more step to create our sweep, and that is using the sweep tool. So if I click on it, it's going to ask me what face or region am I going to sweep, and I'm going to select the circle. Next, it's going to be asking me what path, so I'm going to click in the red box. It'll now turn blue, and I'll select the path. Now I can select the individual lines in my sketch, and it will generate my model. However, if I have a really complicated sketch, it's easier to do it a different way. So let me get rid of these path selections. So I have the face selected, the circle, and now in this sweep path, I'm just going to come over here to the feature tree and select sketch 1. With a single click, then I can select all of the sketches in that path. Now I can press the green check to see that I'm done. Let's go ahead and hide some of these planes. And now you can see we've created this random geometry.